Two words. Bonafide scrub. The man cannot play.
Lamar Jackson is not a quarterback. He's a running back and a poor one at that, alright?
Danny Dimes. Although, honestly, at this point, his nickname should be Danny Nichols or Danny Silajala, because he's definitely...
Alright, let's get this started. Today for you, we've got the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. And before we get into the video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Dalvin Cook. Obviously, if you don't know, Dalvin came on the show the other day, said a lot of great things about Spook Tracks, and we had a great time talking. So go check out that video. We'll have a link to it in the description, or you can just go to the channel homepage. Definitely check it out. We had a lot of fun. We like to have NFL players on the channel from time to time to kind of get an inside look. Okay, and don't forget, this week we've got a first $5,000 giveaway to the first person who goes into the comments and guesses the answer to this question. This trivia question. Alright, the question is, what is Karl Cash's favorite animal? You get that? You get $5,000. Alright, now moving on into our top 10. Buckle up or don't buckle up, because you're not in a car. At 10, we've got Ryan Tannehill. You know, really a good story. He started out his career, obviously, a pretty high draft pick, a lot of upside. A lot of people were disappointed with how he played. And a lot of people now blame that on Adam Gase, you know, a guy who just ruins careers left and right. Like, that's kind of a cool hobby, though, ruining careers. You get to say, oh, I ruined this guy's career. Oh, I mean, that would be cool in my opinion. But he really revived himself on the Titans when he got the opportunity when Mariota was gone. And yeah, he's been, ever since taking over the starting role, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Obviously, he's not like he doesn't wow you that much like when you watch these other guys, but he's perfect. He does exactly what he's need to do to put the Titans in a position to win. Alright, and at number 9, we've got babyface Matthew Stafford, now on a new team, the Los Angeles Rams. Obviously, major upgrade to last year's situation, so a lot of people are expecting huge things out of Stafford and the Rams. Really no question in his talent, his abilities. He's always just kind of had a bad team around him. And to put that into perspective with you, how good he's been, really, he's finished top 10 in passing yards 7 times throughout his career, right? He's had like the second highest passer rating under pressure last year, which he's super good under pressure, but he's only had 11 games with a 100-yard rusher. He's put 166 games in the NFL, and only 11 times has he had a 100-yard rusher on his team. And that really just shows he's always had bad running backs for the most part. And he's had good receivers, but not consistently good receiving cores. Never really had that great of defense. His receivers actually lead the NFL in drops since 2009. And these stats, I mean, really, they just show you how good he's been and how bad his team has been. So obviously the hope is with the Rams, it's going to be different. And obviously we'll have to see, but I think he could have a major year because he's a good player, and that's why he's ranked so high. And number 8, we've got Kyler Murray. Talk about overrated. Like, for one, like, he's like a dwarf. Like, what is he, 4'2"? And even taking away that, he's not that good. Like, yeah, he's got talent. What has he really shown us? Was he that good last year? No. Yeah, he was good for your fantasy team. He led the Cardinals not even making the playoffs, right? Like 8-8, and that was because he threw interceptions. He made a lot of poor plays where it's like he's running out of the pocket, he's like scrambling when he didn't need to, taking sacks, and he wasn't that good. If you look at his QB rating, probably wasn't deserving of this 9 spot, 8 spot either, because he's not that good of a quarterback. He's overrated. He hasn't even shown he's an elite quarterback, even a great quarterback. He's barely even shown he's a good quarterback at the NFL level. And obviously he's as short as an elf, which is a detractor, you know. Of course he can scramble and he has arm strength, but he's got to show a lot of improvements in his ability to win games next year. Alright, and at 7 we've got the opposite, Tom Brady, someone who's shown he could win with any team, anywhere, anytime, any age.
Hang in the pocket, couldn't move him off
Tom Brady, Father Time from Jacksonville,
going deep down the right sideline, and Brown is there.
I mean, we haven't really seen this before. A guy who just shows no signs of slowing down. Like, yes, he's not as good as he was in his prime, but he is still like a Super Bowl winning caliber quarterback. Like, he's still got it. That's evident. I mean, he's not on the level of maybe like an Aaron Rodgers or a Mahomes, right, at this stage in his career, but he's still insanely accurate. He's a great quarterback, and you'll see that every year, really probably until he retires. It doesn't look like he'll be dropping off anytime soon. So as much as we hate him, that is what it is. Alright, and coming up next at number 6, we've got Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, we all know Dak is an elite quarterback, and he has one heck of an arm. We saw that last year as he made huge jumps before that injury. He was throwing for an insane amount of passing yards and was looking like he could be in the MVP conversation. Obviously, that got cut short by that injury. We'll see how he picks up this year. I think he's going to pick up where he left off. There is some questions to how mobile he'll be, how the Cowboys will employ his legs, if they want to run him a lot after that kind of like freak injury last year. So we'll see. One issue with Dak Prescott that I had was the general reaction to his injury, alright? Like, it was just a broken leg, people, alright? There's no need for all this, like, Dak Prescott, you'll be in my prayers. Oh my goodness, prayers up to Dak Prescott. Like, no one cares. It's an injury. It's football. That happens. Move on with your day. And he's still a multimillionaire. He's still going to come back. It's not like his dad died. It's not like he was killed in a car accident. Oh, like, calm down. He's all right. Okay. And next up at 5, we've got the stone cold killer, Deshaun Watson. As you all know, Deshaun is quite the character off the field, but on the field, a very talented player. I mean, there's really no question to his abilities. You know, he is a little overshadowed by Patrick Mahomes and by the fact that the Texans are a clown show of an organization. But there's no denying his skill. There's no denying what he's done since he took over that job and how he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the leagues and looked like he was a Hall of Fame talent, you know, before this all went down. Obviously, the one hurdle he always had to deal with was the Texans organization. And we don't need to go too into depth with that, but we all know, you know, what they did with DeAndre Hopkins. We kind of know how they pretty much led and forced Deshaun Watson into asking a trade because they're a clown show of an organization. And they don't try to hide that. You know, they put all the clowns front and center so everyone driving by can just see and say, hey, look, mommy, there's the Texans clown show over there. Because that's what it is. You know, the fact that they had Bill O'Brien pretty much playing as the GM was just the stupidest thing ever. Like, he made one of the worst trades in history. Pretty much shipping off Hopkins for David Johnson. Like, but we don't need to go into that. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson a little bit, though, right? Fun fact, Deshaun Watson has more sexual assault cases against him than the Texans have seasons in the NFL. Alright? Disclaimer, we here at SpookTrack do not support Deshaun Watson or anything Deshaun Watson has done. We do not condone anything that he has done, nor do we ask any of our viewers to follow through with the type of actions he has done. We here at SpookTrap support women and the Me Too movement, and we do not want any backlash in the media. Please trust SpookTrack in saying that we do not condone Deshaun Watson whatsoever or anything he has done off the football field. This is purely a sports channel. We do not want to get involved with any political, social, economics, anything. Thank you. Okay, at number 4, we've got Josh Allen. I mean, babyface Josh Allen was really good last year, and like really good. He was an MVP candidate, and if not for Aaron Rodgers, he would have been the MVP. And he took a ton of strides in his passing game, you know, because we all knew he was a capable runner, but he showed that he really just had a cannon for an arm, and he was just launching nukes to, you know, digs, and also showed a lot of improvements in his accuracy, and kind of proved a lot of doubters wrong that he could be, you know, a successful passer in the NFL, and had actually statistically one of the best seasons in NFL history. Alright, at number 3, we have none other than Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks. Obviously, when Russ isn't cooking at the barbecue, he kind of struggles. He throws a lot of interceptions, you know, he's kind of a turnover machine. But when he is cooking, he's MVP candidate. He is best of the best. And we saw that in the first half of last year, where he looked like the best player in the NFL. Obviously, it kind of went downhill in the second half of the season, as, you know, Russ looked like a totally different quarterback. New offensive coordinator this year, I think Russell will pick up where he left off kind of in the beginning of the season last year and be an elite level quarterback. And at number 2, we've got Scrub City himself, Aaron Rodgers. Don't know what the experts were thinking of this one. Must have been asleep at the wheel because Rodgers is a bum from Bumtown, Green Bay. You know, like, what can you do in Green Bay? Nothing. Eat cheese. You know, if you're lucky, you can run around the open field and play in the dirt. And that football team, the Packers, they are so bad. And I'm speaking as unbiased as I can. Aaron Rodgers, first of all, is a jerk. You know, the whole offseason drama. Like, you would never see Andy Dalton be part of any of that kind of stuff. Because he's a good guy. Rodgers is not. You know? Rodgers is all about the money. And he's not a guy I like in the NFL. He's not a guy I'd like in my neighborhood. You know, he's not a guy I'd like in my country. I'd prefer him out, you know, like England or something. So, I don't have much else to say, but he does not deserve the number 2 spot whatsoever. Alright, and now, coming at number 1. Obviously, you already know who it is, because there's only one quarterback left. Nathan Peterman. This guy, at every step of the way, has shown himself to be an elite quarterback. He's got it done time and time again when called upon. And I just had to mention him here. Because while he's not number 1, that's Patrick Mahomes. He should be number 1, and he's number 1 in my heart. So shout out to Mr. Nathan Peterman. But in all reality, number 1 goes to Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, the kid is special. Blah, 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 whatever. I don't need to talk about him because you just need to tune into any football game and listen to the announcers. It could be like Raiders versus Ravens. All they'll talk about is Patrick Mahomes, how special he is. So that is it for this edition of the Quarterback Power Rankings. If you liked this video, there will be more videos from this channel. If you didn't like this video, there will still be more videos because we don't care about your opinion. We're getting paid too much to stop making videos. So you either watch them or you don't watch them. Either way, you know, we don't care. Alright. Have a bad one. Oh, hey everybody, at number 3, we've got Russell Wilson for the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson is quite the talent. You know, one day, I was actually playing football myself, and I had like a Seahawks hat, and I thought Russell Wilson has probably worn a Seahawks hat at some point. That was mind-blowing. Like, it was like that game Minesweeper. That's what it was like, you know, it just blew my mind. I mean, but in all reality, it is what it is. Like, Russell Wilson kind of sounds like the Wilson football. I wonder if they named the Wilson football after Russell Wilson. I want to know, because I'm not involved in that decision making. I should be, but like I tell who's ever the head of that, and they say, "Oh no,